Hi, welcome to my introduction video to Python. I'm going to go through some simple Python commands. I'll be using this editor at this URL. If you want to use it, go for it. It's a simple Python editor. The first command I'm going to show is the most basic command called print. This outputs data or information to the output screen. So in this editor, we've got an output screen at the bottom here. The print function needs to always be lowercase, and we use open brackets, close brackets to put the data we want to be output inside. I'm going to be outputting text. I'm going to put my first text, hello world, and in this editor you can just click on run code, and the text you want to output inside the single quotes will be outputted here underneath. That is the first command, the easiest command, print command, which you can use to output data or text to the output screen. Python is very strict with its syntax rules, the rules of its coding language. For example, if we put a capital P and press run, it will give us a syntax error. An error, the code doesn't run, it doesn't work because it does not understand what print is, because it has to be lowercase. Other rules such as you must have an open bracket, close bracket, click run, it will give us another error. The code will not run because it's a syntax error, we're breaking the rules. We also must have speech marks around or single quotes around our text, otherwise it will give us an error. If we want to output another line of text, we just press enter, go to line 2, press print, type print. We can use double quotes this time, it does exactly the same thing, it depends on your preferences. I'm going to write welcome to my Python tutorial. Press run. Now I've not broken any of the rules. This is 2 lines of code in sequence, one at a time running. So Python works when it's a sequence from line to line to line. I'm going to add a third line now, print. I'm going to purposely make a mistake. For example, I'm going to forget to put the single quotes or the double quotes. Python is fun. You can already tell by the color difference between the text that something is not right. First line works, second line in the sequence works, the third line now gives us an error. I'm going to put the quotes around the text to fix the error, and now I can type in output all 3 lines in sequence, line 1, line 2, line 3. It's important that your code is in the correct sequence, otherwise it might give you an error in future, or it might not make sense. Okay, the main point of this video is to showcase the basic print, how it works, and why it's important to use the correct syntax, such as lowercase, open brackets, and single quotes or double quotes. And just to emphasize, Python runs code in sequence when written like this: first line, second line, third line. It's called a sequence of code. Run it and you output exactly what we've written in our quotes in the output screen. It's a good idea to always save your code. On this IDE, you can click save and give it a file name. It saves it as a text file, and you can open it later on as a text document to get your code back. Okay, so some independent practice. You can try now to do your own print statements. Practice using print. For example, write a program that prints your name, age, and favorite food. It should look something like this, the output. Experiment with print spacing. So try this. See what happens if you put no text or no quotation marks and just have an empty print statement. What does that do? Have a look. And can you try printing out asterisks like this? 1 asterisk, 2 asterisks, 3 asterisks, 4 asterisks. How would you do that? Have a go. With coding, you need to practice, experiment, and do as much as you can on your own. Here, you can experiment, see what happens when you remove stuff, add stuff, change the capital letter, use a different word. Experiment, see what works, what doesn't work. That's the way you learn coding. Thank you for watching. Part 2 soon.